All right, in this video, I want to give a shout out first hand to Self-Talk.
I would never give him a long-term contract again. He cannot be trusted.
I'm going to be calm when I say this, Key. We are witnessing one of the most delusional athletes in American history. He's lost.
Do you think that Kyrie is worth all of this drama?
No, he's not. He's not worth it at all. A matter of fact, let me say this straight up and down. I think Kyrie Irving should retire.
And at the end of this video, he says something very powerful, because I just made a video on Shannon Sharpe pledging his allegiance to the other side. He said he doesn't trust these guys, the Shannon Sharpes, Stephen A. Smiths, Jalen Williams. Have in common is they're pandering to their paymasters, meaning Kyrie was wrong, Kyrie did this, Kyrie did that, Kyrie brought it on himself, Kyrie woo 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 woo. They towing the line to keep their positions, but yet they want to bring truth all of a sudden after all the shit that they done talked on Kyrie. Person that cannot give you a polarized opinion consistently. Stephen A will give you a polarized opinion on Kyrie that's in a negative way all day, but this is the first time he says something remotely positive about Kyrie. But let's see if it's consistent. Let's see if it's consistent. So let's dive into Self-Talk video.
Tim, good morning. Thank you for being with us. I'll get to you
in
just a second. Stephen A., your thoughts on this potential appeal?
I 1,000% agree with Jaylen Brown. I stand with him. And I know that's saying a lot, because we know how critical I can be and have been of Kyrie Irving. But this is excessive. The fact of the matter is that right now you're engaging in emasculation, based on the reports about how the Nets have a checklist of things that they need Kyrie Irving to do. Okay, now be clear, Tim Legler, he brought it on himself.
So I just want to stop and say, you see how he's been so passionate about Kyrie and them doing too much, the emasculation, using big words as he always does. He goes on and on and on, passionately. But before he finishes speaking, he makes it a point to say, be clear, Tim Legler. Kyrie brought it on himself. Kyrie posted a fucking tweet. Kyrie is fully responsible. Kyrie put out hate speech. Kyrie did this. Kyrie did that. I can never trust a motherfucker that plays both sides. Tell me what it really is. What do you really believe? Otherwise, you pandering to your paymasters and trying to pander to the people. You don't fucking mean that. You just trying to hop on board and because you see niggas like us applying pressure. You see real black folks out here applying pressure, and then all of a sudden you want to flip the script. Let's continue, man.
I'm fully knowledgeable about that. Him putting out a tweet, you know, supporting a film with anti-Semitic tropes and stuff like that was inexcusable. It was insensitive. It was juvenile. It was stupid. Okay? And the kind of heat that he's brought upon himself thus far is self-inflicted and largely, if not entirely, of his own volition. So he deserves it. But now you're going a step too far. Okay? The man apologized. All right? He's been suspended. And that. Now, you as an organization have to make it. Do you want him on your team? Do you keep him on the rest of the year? Or you can elect to let him go while making him sit home, and you have to pay him unless you trade him. It's that simple. But to sit up there and to have these lists of conditions that he has to do, I think what you're trying to do is elevate the level of embarrassment that is being thrown in his direction and, dare I say, emasculate him, which is why Jaylen Brown has spoken up, which is why black people are going to raise holy hell about that, and which is why I'm going to be one of those folks leading the chorus to raise holy hell about that. Leave a man alone. Keep him on a team or let him go. suspend him, bring him back. But when you start talking about, well, he needs training and all of that, wait a minute now. The fact of the matter is he apologized. He acknowledged, albeit a bit too late as far as I'm concerned. He still apologized, acknowledged that he's not anti-Semitic, okay, that he made a mistake in putting the film out there, okay. Of course, when the owner reaches out to you, you should respect this man that's paying you and reach back out to him. Of course, Josiah should demand, we have to meet and have a conversation before I let you back on his team. That is reasonable. That is understandable. But to then try to articulate that he needs to go through sensitivity training and all of this other stuff, now you really digging it in. It's unnecessary. It's uncalled for. If the Anti-Defamation League wants to raise holy hell about that, and they want that, and they request that of KYRIE Irving, that's between them and KYRIE Irving. Last time I recall, Josiah is not Jewish. Josiah is an owner for the Brooklyn Nets. You want him on the team or you don't. But to sit there and highlight and articulate these processes that he must go through, it seems to be a bit pouring on. I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. It's a bit excessive. And that's what I wanted to say about it.
So did you catch that? Did you catch that? All throughout Stephen A's segment, he went back and forth between KYRIE fucking up and it being emasculation. KYRIE fucking up and him being emasculated. It being too excessive. KYRIE fucking up. What side is you on, bro? What is your true intentions, bro? Why are you trying to play the fence, bro? The shit that niggas do for a check. But let's keep going.
Let's see, the interesting part about it is, Tim, is I don't disagree with anything that you said. You're right on point with it. What I'm saying is let's get to the real crux of the matter. Everything that you said, I've said what I had to say. You said what you had to say, and you're right on point. There's no disagreement between you and I in that regard. What I'm saying is that now it comes down to you trying to emasculate him because of the decisions that he's made and because of how he handled it. My point is, let him go. Cut him, send him home and say you'll pay him for the rest of the season, or let him come back, as opposed to putting it on Front Street in a completely, entirely different situation. One of the things that I kept harping on as it pertained to Ime Udoka in Boston was that it was an HR matter that should have been handled internally as opposed to publicized. You see what I'm saying? Because that public emasculation is what I have a problem with, because we can go throughout history in the NBA, in the National Football League, along with a plethora of other situations where we don't see the same level of momentum, the same level of passion, etc., being accorded to others.
Do you see what I'm saying? Do you hear the words of a man trying to pander to his paymasters and the people? Do not be fooled by this man. Do not be fooled by this man. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing. I promise you.
Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharpe, and Jay Will, and a lot of other media heads, I feel like they all got the same script to read that day, and they all started just slowly coming out back in KYRIE all of a sudden. It's like they act like we don't see how they just flipped the switch. At first, they was very critical. Even before this, super critical of KYRIE. Stephen A. Smith has a long catalog of going in on KYRIE. I don't trust these guys, man. As much as they like to butter the shit up, once we start applying pressure, we meaning you and I, because I'm the content creator and y'all are the listeners, and y'all do a hell of a job at sharing these videos and leaving comments and applying pressure, bro. Like the shit that we doing, they can't take that shit. When they see there's a backlash from the shit that they doing, they got to clean it up. So then they'll start going live and doing other shit, reading the same script. Jay Williams used the word buck breaking. Stephen A. Smith used the word emasculating. And Shannon Sharpe said the Nets are doing a bit too much. So it's kind of like they all got the same script. Then they just came on TV or whatever platform they went on and repeated the same shit in different words. But I listen carefully because I'm a content creator And I'm like, man, you know, these dudes is all reading the same script. So I'm not going to be too critical towards that, but I just want to say that it needs to be an even balance with this shit. You know, like, if y'all going to be critical towards Kyrie like that, at least give Brett Favre that same smoke. So yeah, man, with that being said, I didn't want to hold y'all too long in today's video, man. I just want to get this out here and highlight the fact that I really don't trust these guys, man. You know, I feel like Jay Will supporting Kyrie was a little bit more genuine than Shannon Sharpe and Stephen A. Smith, because Jay Williams haven't really critiqued Kyrie Irving like Shannon Sharpe and Smith. So I just don't trust these guys, man, and that's just how I feel about it. So with that being said, man, leave a comment down below. If you're new to the channel, comment down new sub. If you've been around, comment down salute. I'll catch y'all on the next video, man. That's my time. We out.
So hopefully you've been able to see some of the examples of how people communicate and conceal their intentions and within their conversation, especially when they're in positions of power, like Stephen A., Shannon Sharpe, Charles Barkley, and the rest of those guys. You know what I'm saying? They cannot voice their opinions because their jobs are at stake, so they play the fence. These are people that you don't trust. You don't take their word and let them vouch for you. No, not at all. Not at all. So make sure you go ahead and subscribe to Self Talk, like all his videos, engage with him, like my channel, subscribe to my channel, ring the notification bell as well. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm applying pressure to the situation. Truth is going to come to light. I promise you.